Hello everybody and welcome back to Shadow Empire, where we are playing as the Salic Federation. Last episode we got war declared on us by a arachnid empire? Yeah, I don't know either. And we're preparing to take the southern city of Hushtat, which I probably butcher every time I try. Wilhelmgu? I'm not sure. Either way, we're trying to push in past them, take out a SAM site, to prepare ourselves for a new airfield that will have some air cover that we'll be using to systematically destroy a lot of their forces, as I can only see them having a single SAM launcher, which if we can use that to our advantage, that would be great. Like, by destroying it, then they've got nothing except for a couple of flak batteries, but they can only defend the hex they're on, so as long as we got good recon on the hex we're attacking, we'll be fine. So yeah, I think that's it. Have we moved our forces up north here? We have not. Okay, they're almost there, having a full line on the northern border, and most of a full line on the rest of our borders with them. If we could, it would be great to just like start a war, push in hard, and then form like a pretty solid line. Though I think that is a full regiment. Wow, these are full regiments. Huh. Of machine gunners. It's a lot. Maybe we hold off on war with them for right now. That's a whole corps. Battalions, yeah. Alright. Well, let us... I think we've still got our Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg, yeah. So we have to try and push through this as quickly as possible in circle, and maybe even try and cut off the rest of these guys if we can. Cut their manufacturing base in half. Got anything else we can do? We've got plenty of resources just kind of laying around. If we wanted to raise corps, got enough for a full infantry corps according to this. I think what we need to do is increase our logistics base. Truck Station 3 sounds good. Three, yep. Support the war effort down south here. Alright, let's go to the next turn. See what they got in store for us. Definitely pushed them back quite a bit down south here. We've taken control of this whole sea right here. Okay. It's like a three-way war going on over here. Things to talk about. Things to talk about. See, I've got a lot of things I'm working on here, but I don't want to spoil anything is the problem. 'Cause some of them I want to make some like video series on, or some long-running video series on. So it's hard to do. Yeah. Hopefully that airfield gets built up to level 2 soon. Start using our air in the region. Proper application of air power is the ooh, that was a bad attack. Is the pinnacle of a good blitzkrieg action. Okay, looks like that was not a good attack on their part there. Turns are definitely going by a lot quicker. So, I mean, that's good. Sorry, just trying to get comfortable, guys. All right. Just trying to think of something to say here so it's not just dead air. I know that's boring. Nobody likes just listening to dead air. I think the turns, yeah, there we go. So we killed 500, 40 tanks, 100 walkers, and we lost 1,400 infantry and 50 tanks. Okay, not the best. Conquer City, yeah, I know. Ancient statue, scrap the statue, gives us credits, clean the statue up. Just clean the statue up. And upgrade Liberty to a major city. Cool. Okay. No, that's an anti-infantry unit. Pull back there, give them some space. Okay, they still have that SAM site there. One turn, nope. One turn left for the airbase 2 upgrade to go through. Damn, what are you on? No retreat. Okay. So that's why you're doing so well. $4.4 to 1. Try and knock the city out. Only one of them's on no retreat because it's the red unit. So I think we're just gonna go for it. It's Blitzkrieg, so okay, they're not doing so hot. The enemy, at least. Okay. No units completely gone, but they took a lot of damage holding that city. Okay, so we took that city. Good, good. Now, do not have the range for that attack. Gonna try and start bombarding these guys if we can. Let's go over here. Good. You're good. 18,000. Replenish. We got plenty of infantry. Plenty of transports. Armor's a bit light. Okay. They're getting squeezed from both sides, and down south they just lost one of their major cities. So hopefully they're just going to start breaking. Okay, got that. $10 to 1. Yeah, oh yeah, all their tanks are pretty low. Let's just try that. All right, there. Okay, they're breaking. Who's holding out on their side? Who held out? One unit held out. But they lost the third armored entirely. 5th RPG's taken 2 casualties out of their 4. 1st armored lost a lot of their support units. Okay, so not bad in terms of losses, I would say. They're farther weakened by that attack. We have maintained our strength overall. So, yeah. It's one turn. So 2 turns before the air gets here in actual fact. Okay. They still have their SAM site, but we could do a strategic strike on that tile and try and just knock it out with everything we had. I mean, next turn we're going to be able to attack with kind of everything here, which should be able to push them back quite a bit. Okay, well, let's go to the next turn and see what happens. What to talk about? I've been looking at some new RPGs, like tabletop RPGs lately. Found out, apparently, there's an official The Expanse RPG that came out like last year. Like, it's not that old. And I kind of like it, like a lot. The system doesn't seem like too bad or too hard to get your head around. My only problem with it is the same thing I have a problem with another game called Jovian Chronicles. Is it's very hard to come up with a campaign for basically, even though they're two completely different games with two completely different origins, it has the same problem. Is I always like games that have like a really established canon. I always find hard to run. Like a good example, another good example is the Game of Thrones RPG has the Game of Thrones world is very established in its canon, so it feels very restricting on what you can and can't do, because you can't really have the players, like in the Game of Thrones RPG, you can't really have the players' house kill Daenerys Targaryen. I mean, you could. But it's a lot of extra work to kind of. It's basically you got to figure out what you can and can't do. You got to figure out what you are and aren't going to have in the game and the scope very early on. And I'm having that trouble with The Expanse because the Expanse RPG is set in between, or it's set during the events of the first two books. Because there's a gap between the end of Caliban's War and the third book, which I don't know the name of, and that's where the game sets. Like I think it's an 18-month gap or something like that, which I guess could work. But the problem is that there's a lot of like very established canon for The Expanse, if you know the books and even the TV show. That'll be happening fairly soon. So I gotta figure out, like, if I was gonna run the game, how would I run it? How would you kind of work through that? And also, there's so many options, it's very hard to kind of come up with a good campaign to work off of there, is a problem I come up with. Because it's so open-ended. What do you focus on without feeling like you're restricting the players? And that's the same problem I have with the Jovian Chronicles, is that it's actually like a hard science RPG set in the solar system. So that's why I went to it. Hard science RPG set in the solar system, but it also, the major difference is, one, it has a slightly more complex geopolitical situation, and two, it's basically a mecha anime art style throughout the whole book, and it's actually kind of endearing, like 90s anime kind of art style. And it's also got like basically like a Gundam kind of game, because you have mechs and stuff of that scale. So it's hard to kind of run a campaign in that, and The Expanse, and in Game of Thrones, because there's just so much you could do. Like, how do you limit that focus in there, especially if you have fans? That's the problem. That's the problem I have with running Game of Thrones, is because if you have a fan of Game of Thrones in there, they want to meet like characters from Game of Thrones. But how do you go through that? Because if I know anything about players, you have them meet Ned Stark or something. they're gonna find a way to kill him. Like, even if they like him, just to fuck with you. So I don't know which is the better option. I don't know what's the option. How do you do that? So it's always been my problem with games that have a very like set canon that's external of the game, or even just one that has a very well-defined canon in the game. Like Jovian Chronicles is a very well-defined canon. Just kind of limits you a lot in a lot of ways. So you have to kind of make your own, like after a certain point. What do we got here? Fuel deposits. Yep. Conquered a city. Cool. We got the Metalhead, which is our new heavy tank. Tank destroyer has been discovered. Cool, cool. All right. Mission needs extra funds. Sure, we've got plenty of credits. Drills for bureaucrats proposed. Drills will increase. Yep, sure, do that. Applied science, you're fine. Design council. Heavy tank. Well, let's build a tank destroyer. Let's build a tank destroyer. Let's give it a 180 millimeter high velocity gun. Let's give it 100 millimeter steel plating, which means it's going to be kind of a paper or like a glass cannon, but sure, and a double diesel. Independence agitators in Womagu. Send in the troops to arrest the agitators. Point governor. Sure. Cultural exchange. Sure, I'll accept that. Turns against a send envoys to promote us. Success. Cool. Keep the Shining School up there in their Senate. All right. Let's see what we got down here. We've taken a city. So there's the SAM, which has abandoned the front. Level 2 airbase is done. So I don't think I see another SAM anywhere nearby. So the question is, let's try to soften something up and see if we can. And we do have this right here with a lot of command units. But I think we're going to try and cut off some of their light tanks. Are these light tanks or these medium tanks? Yeah, let's try and knock out some of these mediums. No return fire expected. Go in. Alright. It's a limited attack because of their movement, but now they know we've got air in the region. And then you are going to attack these guys. Because we just need to get rid of them. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. Alright. Killed a bunch of them. Okay. Let's just put everybody on the front. Alright, not a good idea there. Just hold position don't think we can make a good attack here. We just gotta hold. The air will help us. And then let's go over here. All right, almost got the northern line filled. Infantry core, yeah. Okay. I want to check. Can we... Unit admin... Like, let's see. If we wanted to go to... If we wanted the 2nd Infantry... Let's say the 1st Infantry. Let's say that. Unit admin. If we wanted to upgrade them, increase the size to... This is a light infantry brigade. So that's a corps now. Okay. So they'll be replenishing off of whatever's in the units. So if we wanted to go to replenishment, so they need a lot of infantry. So we'll have some grunts put in there. Armor's good. Okay. So infantry, so that's the 1st Infantry Corps. We'll upgrade them. Okay, not bad. And then this one, we'd have to upgrade the artillery. Unit admin. Can we change the HQ of this guy? So, put him to 1st Infantry Corps? Because it's a regiment? Alright. And then you, unit admin, upgrade you to a regiment of artillery. Alright, and they'll start upgrading. Good. So we start beefing up our military a little bit more. But that looks to be about all we really can do. We cannot make these guys retreat because they are on no retreat. And we're on Blitzkrieg, which I would think we'd be able to, but apparently not. And, okay, we can attack these spiders here. Ooh, they got a kill. 2 kills. 3, 4. 5. The arachnids are fighting back. They've dug in. They're beginning to learn the ways of war. Okay. Alright, good to know. Good to know. And for construction-wise, I want to make sure, so we... Mining, demineralization facility, solar... We've got industry. Let's build a barracks there. I want to start getting some cities ready for independent action in separate theater commands. Government-wise, vidcoms are done, so let's build a hospital in the capital. Alright, that looks to be about it, so let's go ahead and end the episode there, and we'll have to pick this up next time. So, thank you for joining me for this episode. If you'd like to, please leave a comment down below, hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, click the subscribe button down below, as well as take a look at the description down below, where I have links to my Discord and my Patreon page. But I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye!